In Japan, there is a fear deeper than failure, quieter than shame, and stronger than ambition's fire. It is not the fear of losing, not the fear of being poor, but the fear of becoming a burden, a disturbance in someone else's world. They call it Meiwaku, and it shapes how millions choose to live, not loudly, but with deliberate care. In many places, people fear falling behind. They fear being average, unseen, unnamed, forgotten by time, but in Japan, the deepest fear is different in design. It is not about status or pride, but about crossing invisible lines. Failing is painful, yes, but troubling others is worse, because failure hurts the self, while disturbance hurts the universe. Meiwaku is not written in law. There is no sign that says, "Do not disturb." Yet everyone seems to read it, as if it lives quietly in the air. It is learned in glances, in pauses, in what is not said. A sensitivity to space, to timing, to impact. A moral compass that asks not, "What do I want?" but, "How will this affect others?" People often say, "Japan is so quiet. Trains are silent. Streets are calm. Conversations feel contained." This is not repression. This is awareness. Silence is not emptiness here. It is consideration, discipline shaped as courtesy, self-control disguised as calm. Noise is avoided not because it is bad, but because it invades. On a Japanese train, no one needs to say, "Be quiet." Phones are muted, voices are lowered, movements are small. Not because someone is watching, but because someone might be affected. In this space, everyone understands. Your comfort ends, where another person's peace begins. Japanese children learn Meiwaku early, not through lectures, but through daily practice. They clean their own classrooms. They serve lunch to classmates. They tidy spaces they did not create. The lesson is subtle, yet firm in its design. If you use a space, you are responsible for its order. Responsibility is not punishment here. It is dignity learned through care. In many cultures, complaining is release, a way to feel heard, a way to share the load. In Japan, complaining is restraint. Not because pain is absent, but because pain is private. To complain publicly is to spill one's weight onto another person's shoulders, and that would be Meiwaku. This does not mean the Japanese do not feel deeply. They do. But emotion is filtered through impact. Not, "What do I feel?" but "What will this cause?" Endurance becomes a virtue, not because suffering is noble, but because harmony is fragile. And harmony, once broken, takes time to restore. Failing an exam hurts. Losing a job hurts. Making mistakes hurts. But these are personal wounds, because they belong to the individual. Becoming a burden, however, creates ripples. It disrupts the group. It shifts balance. In a society built on coexistence, this is the greater harm. Success in Japan whispers. It does not shout from rooftops. Achievement is often hidden, minimized, softened with humility. Not because success is shameful, but because flaunting it creates distance. And distance creates discomfort. And discomfort is Meiwaku. This philosophy is not perfect. It has shadows. Sometimes people endure too much. Sometimes help is not asked for. Sometimes silence becomes isolation. The same value that protects harmony can also hide pain. Understanding Meiwaku means seeing both its grace and its weight. Trash is sorted carefully, lines are respected, public spaces remain clean, not because people are controlled, but because they are conscious. Order is not enforced from above. It rises from within, a collective agreement that life is easier when no one becomes a burden. The modern world teaches, express yourself, put yourself first, never shrink for others. Japan teaches something quieter. Be yourself, but remain aware. Freedom without awareness becomes intrusion. Expression without restraint becomes noise. Japan chooses balance over volume. There is an invisible contract in Japanese society. I will not trouble you, and you will not trouble me. This is not coldness, it is mutual respect. It allows millions to live closely, without constant friction. It turns cities into ecosystems, not battlegrounds. At work, people prepare extensively. They double-check. They rehearse. Not to impress, but to avoid inconvenience. A mistake is not feared for embarrassment, but for the trouble it causes others. Quality is born from consideration, not competition. In Japan, apologies are frequent. Not always because of guilt, but because of awareness. I'm sorry often means, I acknowledge the impact of my presence. It is not weakness. It is social lubrication, a way to smooth reality before it hardens. From the outside, this looks like shame culture, but internally, it is closer to responsibility. Shame says, I am bad. Meiwaku says, I must be careful. One destroys identity. The other refines behavior. The world is loud today. Everyone wants to be seen. Everyone wants to be heard. But few ask, am I becoming heavy to the people around me? Japan reminds us that coexistence is a skill, not an accident. Meiwaku does not mean erasing yourself. It means expanding awareness, speaking, but listening first, acting, but considering consequences, existing, but not overwhelming. True maturity is knowing your weight. Before you speak, before you react, before you demand space, ask gently, will this bring clarity or chaos? Will this connect or divide? Not everything needs expression. Some things need wisdom. In Japan, strength does not dominate, it accommodates. Power does not demand, it adjusts. And respect is not requested. It is practiced daily. In silence, to live lightly does not mean to live small. It means to move through the world without unnecessary force, without stepping on toes, without raising needless dust. Meiwaku teaches us this. The most powerful presence is often the least disruptive one. And sometimes, the greatest success is simply being someone who makes life easier for others to live